All right, what's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Capsule. We have a couple of goats in the building. We have the photography goat, and we have let's do a round of applause. Round of applause for that, for little Shao in the building. And we also have a surprise co-host in the form of one of the UK's best, finest, most decorated breakers, and actually third time doing The Capsule.
I think so.
Third time.
Yeah,
Back by popular demand.
Nah, I didn't even get invited. I was just with Shao. I had to ring Duke and ask him if I could come.
I'm not gonna lie. I was actually hoping, because I think you said you were with Sunni or you something, and I was like, I hope he wants to come to the pod. But
Harry was sleeping at my house yesterday as well. He was meant to be here today. No?
Yeah. Harry was like, he was gonna come, but he had to go back. But so we got a great fucking episode for you guys. I'm super excited to have you guys in the building. Thanks for coming through, both of you, by the way.
Pleasure.
All right, Shao, let's start strong. I got a question for you.
All right, cool. Strong questions.
Instagram, social media, TikTok, everything's changing.
Yeah.
Is photography dying?
I would say no. Actually, it was a time where I think it was like this past 6 months. I think the algorithm changed and photography going back again. Okay. Yeah. So they push more with.
They're bringing it back.
They're bringing it back. So it's a good news for us.
Okay, we love that. Did you have a panic at one point or not?
No, because I don't do my content for social. Because like what I'm doing is like, let's say I'm getting hired like for commercials and stuff. So it's still gonna be there.
Okay.
But also the content that I'm doing a lot for Red Bull. I think we still need documentation because a lot of things is for newspapers and stuff.
Got you.
So I'm safe.
Well, what Shao's trying to say is I've got a real job.
Yeah. So because I guess that's the thing is like, put it this way as well. Do you think like for younger photographers that they need to change, like from the way you came up, do you think they have a harder job to come up now?
I think if you want to push it to the next level today to get viral, you need to find format. The thing is like I already have like a fan base like following me, so it's easier for me.
Yes. But
it's not growing. I don't want to push it in a way that, if I want to fit certain format, it will make it grow. But I don't want to do like too much.
Get ready with me to shoot VC1.
Yeah, it's like, I'm being like entertainer and being like looking stupid because, that's when you're dragging like people, because I feel like a lot of people are stupid. Like, to be honest, like, social media bring people to being more and more stupid. So.
Yeah.
So every content becoming more like basics. And so that's why I don't want to go there. Sometimes I do it, but it's just genuine. I'm just having fun.
Yeah,
I don't take it seriously, but I don't want to be fully like this on social media.
Yeah, I hear. And it's also, I guess, it depends what type of people you're going to attract with that. Yeah. They're not going to be necessarily photography fans.
Yeah, and also like if you be super dumb and stupid, like do you think like the big brand's going to hire you to do serious thing?
So that's interesting. So it's like by sacrificing the numbers on social media, you're actually getting more respect behind the scenes.
Yeah, because actually, it's cool to build like your reputation and stuff like that, but I think the most important is to be like sustainability and money that you can live out of your art.
Yeah, definitely. It's a really hard balance. But I guess also this is one of my things about you is that I don't know. Somebody's gonna cuss me in the comments, but like I don't know if you're the first person to do this, but I feel like you're the first person I saw that was like outside of the judges or the guests, you were like a person of like of note to be invited to an event. So like the way when I always remember at the beginning, it was like, okay, judges announcement, guests announcement, hosts announcement, DJ announcement, and then media team just come and then it was like judges, blah, 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 blah. And then also Little Shao, like with your face, and like even your name was like a draw. Oh, Little Shao's going to be there. That's another reason to be at the event, which was like, I don't know many photographers or videographers that had that draw before you.
Yeah, also, let me tell you the story about that.
Yes.
So at the beginning, I was pushing social media a lot, like more than the events, more than the dancers, because I was working in a business school and they said Facebook's going to be the future because everybody was on MySpace before, like those kind of thing. And I started pushing like the Facebook page, so it grew crazy fast. So I got the biggest numbers of more than all the dancers or events because I was pushing photography.
Okay.
So it was involving photography. I was sharing my photos there. So the events starting to invite me, like Germany and Russia back in the days, would be like, yo, we're going to invite you and it's gonna be crazy. So we need to announce you. You know, so it becomes like a kind of like standard to announce the media.
Yeah.
But back then I was like, yo, that's crazy. You know, I feel like a superstar because I'm next to all that, like those crazy guys that I'm seeing, like, you know, for me as a legend, you know, of a hip hop. I was like, yo, it's crazy. Like in the lineup, it's Popping Pit, the Wiggles. I'm next to them. Like for me, I grew up watching those videos, you know. So
yeah, 100%. And I think now it happens, like you said, like more.
yeah, now it's
frequently.
normal. It's like, and also like a lot of medias are also like relevant in the scene that shows that they're gonna cover well. Like for example, like Loksam or
yes,
you know, when you announce dance, you'll be like, oh, okay, we're gonna have footage out of it, you know. So
for sure. But you know, even with that, and I'm not just trying to gas you up, but like even with that, like even Stance or people like that, it's like I know the brand, like I know Stance. There's a lot of other people I would name that, like I know the brand, but like I would recognize, even before we met, I recognize you at an event. Like by your face, and it's like how many, like, you know, photographers or videographers have like a well-known face. You know what I mean?
I think I build up also, like, you know, on my page, because it's my personal page, that's my name, and also it was my b-boy name. So everything makes it like, you know, okay, we know Lil Shao, like the other people know me from like the background as a dancer. And then also I would put a lot of shit because it's like, you know, I want to have fun and I want to share also. Like I use Instagram, I was using Facebook. Yeah. Like putting stuff about myself. Okay. Not only about like, you know, like other people. Yeah. But most of the posts are people, but sometimes I, you know, like, and also like I have a lot of like, let's say, jobs of like influencers. Not influencers, I would say. I hate this word. Like I do a lot of endorsement, you know, videos. So with brands, they would use me as a person to collaborate with me. Right. So yeah.
Interesting.
This guy's an influencer.
Yeah, that's what I said. See.
Lol.
You have influence.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Fair.
Definitely not an influencer. Nah. Do you know what? We got a lot of influencers from our friendship group, so it's quite clear to see that I'm not really on that side.
No, he's a ghetto guy. He's core.
Bro, I'm here for the vibes, isn't it?
Yeah, street credibility, 200%.
That's why he brought me in it. He's like, yo, I'm coming England. I just need a little cosign.
Fair. So when you first started, you said you built up your Facebook and you had a big following. Yeah. So you kind of mentioned this when we were talking on text, but like how you navigated kind of like, I guess this is the question for all media people that will want to know from you, is like how you navigate the fees and the payment type of thing when you're in and out. Because I know, and you can definitely tell us more about the work that you do, but like I know you work with like brands and you do bigger kind of corporate jobs as well. Yeah. But you're also in the scene doing like a lot of different events. Like I've seen you at like relatively small events. I've seen you at huge, really well-known breaking battles. And it's like, I would assume, and correct me if I'm wrong, that it's like you can't go to all of them and be like, this is my fee, because either you're going to be charging too little for the brands or you're going to charge too much for the community. So how do you, and also again, like you said, your name is bringing attention to the event. So how do you navigate that?
So basically what I first, like how I set up my rates at the beginning, of course, like back in the days, like was no jobs as a photographer in the dance events. Oh, really? That was paid. Everybody was coming for free. But the thing is, like, people started to invite me. So I was like, you know what? Like, then it's a job because I didn't request to go there. Yeah. So I was working in finance back in the days. So I was like, okay, what is 1 day rate? Like, I get paid like 500 per day. So I was like, all right. But the thing is, like, if I'm going to the events, I have to travel. I have to edit. Yeah. Okay, let's start. I'm going to set up a minimum of €1,000 per day as a fee, which is a basic thing. So I started like this. And then after I build it up, depending on what type of things I have to deliver. But then when it's smaller events, I'll be like, you know what? This is a part of me is like, it's for fun. I would have fun. I would support at the same time. So I can lower my fee. And the thing is that because I know everybody now, it's even harder. So smaller jams be like, you know what? Like, we don't have any fee and stuff. And sometimes I'm like, I want to just to help. So one day when you get the real fee, it's just a question of trust. I'll be like, you're going to pay me correctly. Yeah. But, like adjust the balance, because for a year, for example, I already foresee what type of big jobs I would do. And then I would be like, okay, I can't do some of the jobs combining like fun and support.
Got
So
you.
that's why I like.
So you're kind of like looking at your calendar going, right, for the year, I'm kind of set for these
Yeah.
big jobs. I've got these weekends free, and then
Yeah.
you might choose to donate your time, I guess.
Exactly.
For that.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
I don't like staying doing nothing.
Okay.
If I'm doing this, I'm staying home and playing games and
Yeah, bro. Some of
wasting
your
my time.
from your Insta stories, like you seem super active, bro. It's like sometimes it's like you deliver pictures the next morning or something. It's like the whole thing of all the
Bro, just
pictures.
Debout UK pictures.
Yeah.
Get up.
Yeah.
The post has already been done.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it was ready at 2, but at 2 is a wrong time to post. But you know, like I went home, like I was just eating at the same time. I was like, I don't want to waste time tomorrow because I know I'm gonna see those guys.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
Let me just do it now.
if I'm doing this, I will have full time to be free to do whatever.
Was the quick turnaround thing always like a thing for you, or was that like you've built-
Asian, innit?
No, it's like I think like first, like when I was at the events. Okay, this is my mentality. I was like I think covering back in the days just Debout 2007,
Mad.
and I see all the photographers, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be the one that delivers the best photos, but the fastest. Because back in the days, they would take a week, 2 weeks to deliver the photos.
Yeah.
Because nowadays everything is faster.
Yeah.
Everybody has to put more effort. But back in the days, it would take 2 weeks to 1 month to deliver something. I'll be, you know what? I'm gonna be finishing before midnight. So the event finished at 9, 10, whatever. I will go straight, edit straight, and deliver straight. So that would be like how I would be the guy that dragged the most attention. But
Yeah.
I would post, tag everybody. Everybody already has his photos posting. So I would be the first one that stands out.
Yeah.
So, like it's a mentality of the B-boy. I'm going there.
Yeah.
If I'm there dedicating my time to do something, I have to smoke everybody. So
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah.
So you were like competitive from day one with it.
Yeah, it's competitive in a way, but it was a healthy thing. It was more like, like if I want to have an impact, I have to just do something that shows a real impact. It was not a hate impact because I was like, for me, it's like I was still like chilling and, like talking to them with
yeah.
Yeah, it's
being
just
nice.
like a good work ethic.
Yeah.
Yeah. But do you now have like, because I can imagine now you're the guy, especially now that we recognize you. It's like, I can imagine if I'm shooting at an event with you, my mentality would also be, I'm going to get him up before little Shao. You know what I mean? It's like, like now you're the guy that everybody wants to be.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
I know. But it's funny because also like it gives me challenges.
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of people, I would be like, you know what? Take your spots.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? You want to be in the middle? Take the middle seat. I would take all the seats, but I would still do better for them.
Yeah, sick.
So that's that's what I try. I don't know. Like it's really subjective. You cannot
Yeah, of
say
course,
I'm
yeah.
the best or whatever. But for example, from a dance perspective, when I look the work of the other photographers, I'm like, there's lacking a bit of like consciousness of like the body movements and shapes.
Go on.
For me, it's so important because I'm super picky about like the shapes. Like a popping shapes has to be like this, a locking shape like house. And I was happy that I grew up being like super open to every dance style. So I kind of like learn every dance style, and also even if I'm jumping into a new environment. For example, when I started to work with the Paris Opera Ballet, I'm like, okay, the other photographers are taking the photos this way. How is the perfect move? So I have a lot of discussion with dancers, explaining me exactly the culture behind and the aesthetic.
Yeah.
So that's also another thing that a lot of photographers can have the best spot, the best moment, but let's say out of 100 photos, how many photos you're gonna get right?
Yeah.
So-
This is something I noticed when like I got more experience with doing photography is like when I first started shooting, like I think the first time it's like I maybe had like, I don't know, from a day, like however many thousands of like raw shots out of the thing, and it's like 10 were good,
Yeah.
and then it's like you get better and you're like, okay, now I shoot only 500
Yeah.
and like 200 were good. You know what I mean? And it's like the more like it's
The
like
ratio
hits per-
has to be, yeah.
What was I going to ask you? So with the thing that you were saying about the shapes and the dances and the movement and stuff, like I get that in a way of like, say you're working with Sunni and you're doing like a promo shot for Red Bull. You can like set him and kind of make, turn this way, do that, whatever. But like at an event, how are you ensuring the shape? Like, are you just reacting in the moment, or is it something that you're trying to?
I think it's a feeling. Also, like I know exactly because of the music, because of the intensity of how they're taking the music and stuff. I can feel like that moment. It's crazy because like 10 minutes ago, I got a message from Daly from yesterday.
Yeah.
He was telling me, yo, I jumped And when I jumped, I was like, I hope Shao got that shot. And actually, I got it. But the thing is that I was not even focused at that moment.
Yeah.
Our whole brain was like, I think it was like a reflex. I was chilling because at some point I was taking photos, and yesterday I was more chilling than actually working. But I feel something's coming. The last round, intensity, and when he jumped, I grabbed the camera and I snatched it. And snatch it or snap it?
Snap. Yeah.
Alright. I snapped it, and it was a good timing. It was a good focus. So I was looking sometimes, but sometimes it's just a reflex thing that happened because you get used to the pattern of dance.
Yeah. Right.
So
right.
you know the pattern of dance.
Yeah.
So even in breaking, some b-boys are super unexpected. Like for example, the first time I was shooting Meno, I had super hard time because it's unpredictable.
Yeah.
Which make his dance super dope. Because then you don't know exactly what he's gonna
like
drop.
rolling out of frame, and you're like,
and so I think like even those guys like Sunni, Phil, Lee that I'm hanging out a lot with, like very super unexpected. So that's why it makes it interesting for me, but harder for other people to shoot.
Yeah, and I guess you have a benefit of like not only like understanding the dance, but like knowing the dancers. So it's like, I would have that maybe with someone like Sunni, or like people that I've seen break more, but like not to the extent that you have with everyone. But like, whereas like, okay, maybe he's gonna set up for a certain move, and you're like, I know what move is coming.
No, it's gonna help. Like for example, I remember like back in the days when Gravity entered the competition of the BC one, he's doing the double backflip. But when he was standing far away from the stage at the edge, I was like, he's
here
gonna
we go.
drop that one. Bam, I switch it to a burst mode because I was like, just to make sure I got it.
Yeah.
And then I know he's gonna drop that one.
Yeah.
Depending on the, like some of the dancers, they have like some mimic that tells you they're gonna do this.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And even like, I guess also, especially for people that, I think this is why dance photographers who are dancers or were dancers are really important, because even from the way someone sets their weight, you can tell which way they're going to go. Exactly. Or like, the way they, even on the music, if you're listening to the music, if there's like we know a popper is going to probably hit his strongest shape on the snare. Exactly. So you can kind of gamble in a way, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Is there any other things that maybe like people wouldn't know about, or like, let's say non-dancers or non-photographers wouldn't know about that you're looking for that they wouldn't know?
I think story behind something.
Okay.
I think sometimes two dancers battling against each other, and the backstories. That's gonna help you to be more focused because something's gonna happen.
Okay.
You're gonna have a blow up. You're gonna have something slapping somebody, not slapping, but
sometimes.
Like Lilu Tight Eyes picture.
Yeah, Lilu Tight Eyes. I know something's gonna happen. Before it happens.
Wait,
actually,
sorry, I'm gonna have to go to the toilet.
No, you're good.
But Lilu Tight Eyes is the
Lilu Tight Eyes. Perfect example. Lilu Tight Eyes.
Yeah, okay, that's crazy. So if you don't have to give away your secrets if you don't want to. But
no, I can.
Okay. Could you take us through, like, okay, you're hired to shoot at an event, and let's say it's like a big, like BC one or something, like finals.
Yeah.
What is your approach? Like, if we're talking like logistically, like going to view the venue before, like understanding the schedule, like how does the day go for like someone like you on the job?
So it depends how I'm involved into it. Like for example, really when I'm really involved into it, I will still be involved into building the lights, setting up the lights in the position of like the branding, making sure nobody goes in that way. So I will help in the production to know, like, in terms of image, like what could be beneficial for them. Because of like, to make sure they have the presence of the logo and also having a really good light. Because, if you have for example, you can have a strong light. It's going to help you because you can don't have to increase your ISO and stuff. Yeah. You can bring your shutter speed high, but then the background will be dark because it's the difference between the lights where they're dancing and behind is too different. Because the difference is too high of the intensity of the light. It's gonna make the background dark.
Got you.
But then you don't know exactly what it is. But imagine the location is amazing. The wall in the back is amazing. I'll be like, I think you can, if you have some lights, put some lights on the wall because it will like shows the texture. So it will bring the real vibe of the venue. So I will help a lot into that, and that will also help me to have better shots.
Okay.
And also like I know my setting and positions where I can go. So scouting always help. Like, you know,
Okay.
what we do in Red Bull production. So I also go there to help to fix this.
Yeah.
And other events, same. Like, you know, I would be like, you know, if you want me to help you out to make sure everything is fine, send me maybe a mock-up before or whatever. So that will help. Because,
Right.
you know, like it's also, you know, when you're doing that many events, at the end, you know the format that always work, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you're going early, like, well, you're helping with the production with the lights. Then you're going early. Are you scouting, like, okay, I'm going to shoot from these 4 positions and you're like bouncing between them? Or how does it work in terms of where you're shooting? Or are you just kind of deciding in the moment?
So what I do is like, okay, it's not being lazy, all right? It's just, I think it's being creative.
Efficient.
Yeah, because I think when I started, I mean, well, for me, it was a dream starting to shoot for Rebel because it was a major B-boy event.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And when I got there, they were like, you know, we need you to deliver 12, 15 shots. Those are the shots we need. This kind of victory moment, like overviews, like action. But then, like, you know, once you're doing it, once you did it, you can do whatever to be creative in between. So usually at the beginning of the events, I will already set all the photos that I need to do. Then I'm like, all right, within 20, 30 minutes, I'm done with all the shots that I have to deliver.
So you focus on the like brief first.
Yeah, the brief first. And then I was like, oh, you still have 2 hours. So now I can be creative and I'm just walking around. So I'm just enjoying the event, being around. And sometimes when I had the feeling that something's happening,
Then
it drags my focus to make sure I'm not missing it.
Got you.
But, you know, like the way to be creative and also like make sure you're just, you know, also being keep my interest into something is to let the freedom. You know, if I'm too much into like something set in a box, I would get
Right.
like the same. I think like every tour, the things are different. Like, you know, like when we did the last tour in LATAM, South America. At some point, I was like, yo, let's find things that we don't used to do. Maybe we're going to have fun with it, but just trying it out, you know?
I think the stuff that works the best as well is the spontaneous stuff.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the time, like you can't really, with the work, that when we're going on tours, we're going to places that we can't really comprehend.
Yeah.
So you end up getting there and it's like, that's what we should be doing. But before you get there, you can't decide that. And being able to be flexible is what... Allow it, man. But I feel uncomfortable with this thing. What was I going to say? But Shao's very good at taking a moment for what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe we've got 10 minutes to get to a shoot and on the way we see like a perfect opportunity. Most photographers be like, oh, nah, mate, we're going to the shoot.
Yeah.
But Shao knows what works and what to prioritize really
Okay,
well.
I'm gonna tell you a secret. Actually, it's not like a moment thing. Of course, it's a moment thing because I'm always thinking. But bro, in my mind, it's a movie.
Okay.
Bro, like every time like I'm going somewhere, but before going to that spot, I already have like 10, 20 scenarios about how it could happen. So I already imagine like, you know, how it could be, what we can do. And I'm just dreaming and I'm laughing and just having fun about something that could happen.
Yeah.
And of course, like when I'm on spot, you know, it could match some of the ideas. So it's just not exactly the same, but you know, you just mold it.
Yeah. Like you're always, your brain is always running.
You're adapting.
Yeah.
But then, you know, it's something that I already have in the back of my head, you know.
Got you.
So it's,
yeah, so you're just kind of like always coming up with general ideas and creating.
yeah, it's just dreaming. Like
yeah.
I'm home before sleeping. I'm thinking a lot of things. I'm like, all right, I would love to have this. I would love to, you know, that would make me complete my, how say that, like
vision.
Yeah, vision. Yeah. Because I like to, you know, like, you know, it's a movie. It's a real movie. It's like I'm a dreamer for real. Like that's why I think I'm a lover too. It's I imagine all the time the perfect scenarios and stuff. You know,
this is going on the dating apps. But like that's really cool to hear that you're still like, you know, at home just thinking about the, you know, different shots that you could get. Did you ever get to a point where you were like how do I say that? Like complacent a little bit. Like, did you get like? Because I would imagine you get really big. There was like, to be honest with you, there was, it probably still is a thing, but like there was a point when it's like any picture that had the little Shao logo on, it was like dope. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, oh, there's a little Shao logo on my picture.
Yeah,
like,
I still
I'm sick.
think it's an L you taking the logo off.
I know.
No, seriously, I think it's an
okay,
L, bro.
okay. You know what?
What was that?
I'm bringing my logo back.
Yeah, bring it back, bro.
Okay. No, a lot of people ask me that because it's make it legit to have the logo.
Yeah,
but the thing is, nowadays with the format, imagine I have to export a logo. So it's like what, like horizontal, like a vertical 4x5. Then you're doing like a 9x16. So you're spending so much time in the logo, and I'm covering so much things. And some people doesn't like the logo, so they're taking out your logo. So I'm like,
really?
No, I remember back in the day, if you used to cut Shao's logo, you used to get pissed.
I remember.
bro.
Yeah,
You used to get pissed. And now we don't even have a logo. Bro, make up your mind that you're dumb, bro.
I'm adapting, bro.
Yeah, bro.
But you know what it felt like for me was like, especially when we were younger, it's like, when you have like a plain jumper that could be from H&M or something, but then you have like the Nike tick or the Adidas logo on it. Because Sunny said
the Red Bull logo.
Yeah, well, Red Bull. That's a safe one. No, but like when you have like the logo, it's like it kind of like legitimizes, even if it's tiny.
For logos.
No, I'm still thinking about this.
It kind of feels like that with your logo.
It's just that it takes a lot of time.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I can do mechanics to do it. Of course, it works, but
I think we've got like a nostalgic attachment to it as well. Because like back in the day, he used to always post it.
Yeah.
And like if I got my first photo from Shao back in them times and it didn't come with a watermark,
I would have been pissed.
I'd be like, what, you don't like, man? Like, what?
I will be, and I mean, I know how I am. I'm like, I can put people on blast on social media back in the days.
You're so funny.
I was
Even
so
now,
bad. I was so bad about that.
But what's your have you feel like you don't do it as much anymore, the social media thing?
No, I still do it, but I do.
You're active on social media.
No, I'm active, but I feel like I work for everybody now. It's like, for example, everybody needs content all the time. Like, I was taking photos today with those guys.
Yeah.
I would be like, Shao, can we get the photos now? Like, Majid was like, can I get the photos?
Yeah,
I didn't edit it yet. So I'm gonna do it on my phone.
And it Majid,
so
man.
I just
cool off.
chill, bro. I just edit on my phone, and I was like, all right, take it, but it's not gonna be the best. But
Yeah. I forgot why I was saying that about the logo, but I was gonna ask you if you got to a point where you're so big that it's like at one point you just put a logo on a picture and we're gassed by that. It would be easy for you to be like, I don't really have to make that much effort. I can just do I can just do something that's easier for me, and people are gonna love it if I put my name. But the fact that you're still being creative and stuff, it's it shows that you actually love what you're doing. But did you ever feel that temptation to be I can't be bothered to do this, but I have a big enough name that...
The thing is which is cool because, you see the logo. Of course, but you don't go straight to the Instagram because Instagram added you can tag people and also you can put in a caption who taking the photos. I remember back in the days, nobody do credits.
Yeah.
But bro, I was behind people, I say, credit the photos.
As they're posted over their shoulder.
But then that's a direct link to your socials.
Yeah, right.
So if they credited it, for me, the balance, not having the logo on the photos made sense. But you know what? I make a big announcement. I pay $1,000 a month for everybody who put logos on my photos every month.
Cool.
What did you just say?
I'm going to do it.
I didn't even understand what you said.
I heard $1,000 a month.
Wait. I pay €1,000 a month for everybody who gonna tag, put my logo on every photos that I do every month.
I'm up, bro.
Wait,
I just made 12 bags
of all the pictures that he takes.
Bro, it's a lot.
You're gonna put his logo on his pictures,
bro. $1,000 a month to just put a logo on it. Bro, come on, man. You man are living a different life. $1,000 a month to put
but
logos
how
on
many
photos.
hours is that, you reckon?
No, I mean, if you know and there's good mechanics, it's fast.
Yeah, exactly.
It just,
bro, drop that announcement right now.
Just
Hey
cut it
guys,
out.
we announced it.
There
The
was no
competition's
announcement.
over.
Yeah.
It's me.
It's already finished.
Yeah, it's done, bro.
He applied and got the job.
it was a joke.
Did you ever... Disclaimer, it was a joke. Did you ever I mean, maybe you do now, but do you work with a team, assistants, anything like would you do something like that, hire someone else to work on your...
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the production.
Okay.
I don't have a proper team that I work every month with.
Yeah.
The thing is that I got really lucky to through my journey meet a lot of people that, nowadays we're becoming photographers and they work as a photographer.
Yeah.
So they've been quit their job being photographers. So sometimes I would hire them, and also my best friend is a photographer.
Okay,
he was
sick.
a B-boy, same crew.
What's his name?
Ghost Graphic.
Okay, cool.
So he's
cool, man.
Yeah. So now he's doing videos. He was drawing crazy. For me, he was a really crazy artist.
Yeah.
And then he become a photographer, videographer. So now sometime on big production, Like I would work with him, so he would edit.
Sick.
Like, you know, when I did a commercial for motorbikes,
Yeah.
like, you know, like because I'm colorblind and the
Are you actually colorblind?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the tones of the motorbikes are really specific.
Wow.
I was like, bro, can you edit this? So
That's
he
really
started
interesting.
editing all my photos with this brand, this commercial. But it was the worst thing because actually they would be like, yo, the building in the back, can you lower down from 3 stairs? Like crazy edit he has to do. So he made it out. Like, you
Wow.
know, he actually succeed to doing with the AI.
Yeah.
Because with AI today is easier. But back then he was no AI. So I was like, yo, he was really good.
So like, let's say like on a BC1 or something like that, like you're doing your shots, you're editing, like you wouldn't hire like an editor to do that part.
Yeah, it depends. For example,
Okay.
like I tried one time with him actually. It
Yeah.
was a BC1 France. And they asked me to deliver the photo lives. So on the Twitter, every click that I was doing live goes straight to his computer so he can edit and put it to social straight.
Oh.
So it was instant. Like every time I click, 1 second after it was on his laptop.
Oh shit.
So you can do that. So it's the same concept as, you know, like when you do a soccer game, you have every people on the side
Yeah.
taking photos. They have the laptop on, so it's connected,
Ah,
Wi-Fi connected.
like tethered kind of thing.
It's like
Yeah.
So they send it straight to like a platform when like the media can like already.
Oh
use-
shit! I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, no, it's a big thing in sports.
wow.
In sports, so I really use this environment when I work with them to learn. I was like, yo, they're doing this, so we can do it. You know.
Oh, that's amazing. So, just for people at home that might not have got that, so you're taking a picture, and then as it's going from your camera to his laptop, and
Yeah.
he's editing as soon as you're shooting.
Yeah,
basically.
even not laptops. Like you go, like for example, like take a photo.
Yeah.
It goes to my laptop because my laptop is like 5 meters away
Yeah.
from me. But then it's connected by the internet.
Okay.
So somebody else on
It's
the other side
uploading.
of the world can access to that photo straight.
Wow.
So can edit and post right away. So that's what all the press and the media are doing. You know.
That's really shit. I didn't
Like
even know that.
at the Olympics, that's what's happened. Like you
Okay.
you're paying to get an access, a premium access.
Yeah.
Like you have like your spot, and also you have the connection with the cable, the internet
Yeah.
cable straight.
And then you don't have to worry about waiting until you get back to the hotel. To
Yeah,
edit.
it's like
done.
somebody is doing it. Your job is done. You take photos,
Wow.
and you don't, because in the media sometimes they don't edit the photo.
Yeah, it's
Sometimes
just
you-
gotta be quick.
You go straight. Yeah.
And if you don't mind talking about the colorblind thing, there's like that's really interesting that you're colorblind. I wouldn't have even thought that. But how does that affect your editing, or does it not?
I think no, because I'm pushing in a way that I can see better the colors. So for example, my color blindness, for example, it's not as bad. I mean, it's bad in the fact that sometimes I don't recognize color. I'm going to the shop. I was like, yo, can I get the blue shirt? I was like, it's not blue. It's purple.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck, you know.
Yeah.
But no, I would say like for photography, I don't touch too much the tones. I still think that it's a handicap that I cannot push that much to playing with the tones.
Okay.
But still, it's still like maybe something that it helps me to push the color to something more. I don't know, like wait, I don't know the term. Maybe it helps me to bring the colors a little bit more vibrant.
Ah, okay. Right.
So yeah, that's in that way I would say it helps.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I mean, it's that's amazing that I like wouldn't have even thought about that. But one other thing that you messaged me about as well is like the relationship between the different photographers on a job.
Yeah.
This is something that every time I've shot drives me up the fucking wall.
Wow. Okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah, because
I think it's a good topic.
the thing is, like, I tell you, like, from my perspective, and then tell me everything. But it's like sometimes the company, and especially, I'm definitely not. Almost any job that I've been on, I'm not on the level that you're on in terms of like working with the full production, especially on bigger jobs. And sometimes what they'll do is they'll be like, right, Luke, we want you to take video for a recap. But then they have this guy shooting video for media or something.
Yeah.
They have this photographer for them, this photographer for the other, this photographer's for the venue, and there's like 6 of us, okay?
Yeah.
But then it feels like everybody's just doesn't give a shit about each other, and they're like, I want the good shots, fuck your shots, and they're walking across each other. Like, I'm always trying to be nice a little bit and be like, oh, do you want? And then 5 minutes later they just walk in front of mine, and then I become, all right, well, fuck you then. You know. And then it's like this whole thing where it's just like war in the pit, you know, and everybody's trying to get their shot, and then, you know, sometimes you shoot with people. Like when I was in the pit for UK Champs, I think you were there, I'm not sure. But like Look Sam and like there was some guys from Stance, and like everybody was super nice. Like that was amazing. But it's like some of the outside of dance jobs that I've done, I get so annoyed. People just don't give a shit. But like, what's your kind of experience with that, or have you found ways around it?
So basically, there's a big competition. Like everybody, as you said, want their shots. But you know, I'm used to be in production with like so much more bigger teams.
Yeah.
Because in the dance scene is not as much.
Yeah, like
let's
5,
say,
6 is
for
nothing.
example, like I would take a big sports event, or you know, like a big production. Photographers go always behind the videos.
Okay.
So videos has the priority.
Interesting.
You know,
because I guess video is continuous.
If, for example, is a shot, is a shooting where I'm doing the main content.
Yeah.
I will be the main focus, so I will have the priority.
Yeah.
But you know, most of the time, like, you know, you're being on a big shoot, you're there because they're shooting a video. For example, like when I work for Kenzo and stuff. So everything is about videos, and then photos comes later.
Like if you shoot, what type of thing would this be? Like an event or like a...
Yeah, it's like
fashion
and also events. But you know, like you would see that, you know, there's like a priority thing, and also the priority goes to like the people who has the most, let's say, the most popularity.
Yeah, right.
Popularity.
Yeah.
Popularity. All right. So the person who has the most popularity has always has the advantage.
Yeah.
You know, and for me it's easy because in the scene everybody knows me, which is helpful. Because you know, like I'm doing, but I'm super quick. You know, I'm not annoying, like spending a lot of times. And sometimes happens I'm taking the photos. And I was like, oh yeah, you can take the photos.
Okay.
You know? But you know, like I care about this because for me it's easy. So I don't have the same situation as somebody who start. If you start, it's hard because nobody knows you.
Yeah. And you need longer.
Yeah. So and yeah, I think it's also harder to make your spot, like, you know, to get like the respect from other people. But yeah, in the dancing is not that many people, like, you know, compared to like a bigger major, like sports events.
Yeah.
Like sports event, like let's say at the Olympics, I saw how it was.
Yeah, I saw some of your Insta stories and stuff from
at
that.
the Olympics, I was glad that I was the only official like photographer from the WDSF, which is like the company that organized this for the Olympics. So I had the blue beeps. So I had the priority. So they always say the blue beeps first, and the other one, the gray one, in the back.
Right.
So we had the first row, but then I see how people was fighting in the back.
Yeah.
I was seeing people like punching each other and stuff. I was like, oh my goodness.
Wow.
Because it was like 30 to 40 photographers together packed.
Yeah.
But we don't see that yet in breaking or hip hop.
Yeah.
We don't see those like 40, 50 photographers. Yeah.
True. It's always, it's also like, I feel like, especially at smaller events, but a lot of the dance events, it's kind of like, unless the venue has like the pit at the front, they don't really have a space. They just like have fun. Like there's no space for photographers to be usually. Sometimes you have you know what I mean? But
there one time I was in an event, I wouldn't say which event, but I was taking photos and one guy pushed me. Oof. He passed in front of me. I think I shot his leg and he almost fell. I was like, yo, don't do this. But you know,
that's crazy.
Don't ever do that again.
That is crazy behavior. Yeah. So has it been like, was it always like that from the beginning, or at first did you have to fight at the beginning for like your
No, I think you know, that's why I like shooting and still being in my environment of dance, because you know, when I go to fashion, I can see how the competition could be.
You're right.
Even when I'm shooting some fashion, like for fashion shows, I still work for the brand.
Yeah.
And normally we have the priority, but still they don't care. People they're just fighting to get whatever. So the vibe is different. So I hate that. So that's why I'm like, okay, we safe. In our culture, we good.
Okay. That's good to hear, at least. Yeah. So what's the, like, I guess with the wider thing of like photographers, videographers in the scene, what's your like, what's wrong? What do we need like to build how we work as photographers and videographers, how we capture dance.
So I think the economy is fucked up.
Okay, let's go.
In the fact that, you know, like people doesn't know what they're worth. So I would say, like, if we started to think, like, you know, like reset the economy, I think everything would go around better. Like, people would pay to watch something because they would get the respect to spend the money because they know where the money goes. So that the dancers get paid well, and the whole system gonna work because we make a big, like, how say that? Like, the process would be right. So we can live by ourselves as an economy.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would feel like the organizers, they would save money to get in their pockets. But, you know, like, they can make something like more like that lasts longer, and make something which is, I don't know. I feel like we need to not to copy, but to get inspired by other environment that's successful by itself.
Yeah.
And then we can just replicate. And I think that's what we need. But the rest, like, we have everybody, we have everything we need. Like, we have all the medias. I mean, nowadays, if dance becoming that big also is because of the social media and stuff. But I think photographers and video makers really help to build this, because that's how we share it to the world, you know?
Yeah.
But then, I think, and also, like, I feel like the dancers have to deliver, I don't know, more collaborations probably. But I mean, we have tons of content already nowadays. So but what do you think, Sunni? Do you think, like, there's something that could change the game?
Can you ask the question again?
Like,
Sometimes you lot go on a tangent and I just start counting the wires in the mic.
But you know, I was telling things, but on the side, I was doing this.
Yeah.
But I was like, all right.
But in my head, I think, like, yo, if I just nod every 10 seconds, I'm still part of this interview, innit? I'm just doing my job here.
The question was, in terms of, like, the economy of dance, but also I was thinking about photographers and videographers, but, like, Shao was talking about, like, the whole economy of the scene is, like, what needs to be, like, changed or reset in terms of how we operate.
Do you know what I think is, like, not most, but, like, a lot of business models that work that are trying to sell a product are targeting children and young people, because one, they're heavily influenced, they're still obsessive, they're excitable still, and two, it's their parents that got to pay.
Yeah.
So as long as you can get that child, they're going to do your promotion job for you until that parent pays.
Yeah.
And our stuff is just not very marketable to children. One, because we're trying to hold on to this image of the 80s, 90s. We're trying to keep our integrity in the dance, which I think is good. But if you want to engage an audience that is going to make a sustainable economy, you're going to have to meet in the middle, and you're going to have to start introducing younger trends, maybe not so pure to the culture, but to have an economy that is self-sustainable, we're going to have to open it up to the public that are a bit ignorant to the culture, a bit ignorant to the history. But I'm fully ignorant to all of that stuff. But because I have a CV, no one can say nothing to me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a lot of the kids that are branching out and kind of making this bridge to the people that will get us money, they're getting smoked by people like, yo, this is not the culture, you're making us look bad. And it's like, yo, this is for the kids, this is for money. And if we can get over that, I think we'll be fine. But if we keep trying to hold this old school, real hip hop, like, bro, no one's trying to pay for that stuff, man.
I mean, in a way, it's like, I think I spoke about this on the podcast, but, like, it's Dance Your Style is a great example of that.
Phenomenal.
I think. Yeah, because it's like the size of Dance Your Style, like, being there in India, I was like, holy shit, this is insane how big it is and how engaged everyone is. Like, the audience, the people on the live stream, it is crazy. And it's like, that's always going to be 70% of dance audiences are that. Like, the reason the reason the word purist exists is because it's the minority. It's like only the purists. It's not everyone. So, like, I so agree. I think for me, one example of that is, like, prelims versus the top 8, right? The prelims pay for the top 8. Like, the event, and in my opinion, this is what I get annoyed about with a lot of smaller events, is, like, your event shouldn't be about the top 8 dancers, because that's 8 out of 300 that entered or whatever. The 300 who are all paying their ticket money are the ones that are paying the prize money, paying this. And it's like, if we make the prelims a more enjoyable experience and a more fun thing for the dancers or whatever, then that's actually better than doing all the most for the top 8 and then being the prelims. Oh, you get 20 seconds each. Fuck off.
That's the thing though. The events that do cater to the whole audience, not the top 8, because you get events that are built for the stars.
Yeah.
That literally just cater to the top 8, the top 16. But them events don't do very well because after the qualifier, half the audience is gone.
Exactly.
Whereas you have worse events, or worse, not so high budget, not so high caliber. But they really put effort into the whole event. So once you're knocked out after you've done your 30 seconds of dancing, you're still part of the event. You're not like,
100%.
I just came, paid my ticket, and now I'm going to watch the top 8. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's kind of been lost. That's also something for it to be more sustainable that needs to come back. Because obviously I think in the culture now, everything's about views and numbers and who you're getting there. And events catering to this, you might get lucky and Hero 10 might come to your event and go viral and you've smashed it.
Yeah.
Your event's viral now. But if that don't happen, if Hero 10 comes and he crashes...
Or doesn't enter.
Or just comes and starts throwing up peace signs. Bruv, you've got 300 people there and your money's not put on any of them, let alone spread evenly across the culture. And you've just made
100%.
a terrible gamble.
And even if Hero 10 goes viral, that attracts attention and audience to come to your next event.
Yeah.
And then you've got the same model. So then eventually it's going to flop.
But that's what the thing is now, like even outside of dance, everything's short-term goals. You know what I mean? Everyone's trying to achieve the goal for next month or 6 months.
Yeah.
So people like now, if that happens and their event goes viral, that's all that matters. Because there's going to be people next year. They're not thinking, I'm set for 5 years now. They're like, watch the Instagram post I do next year when my jam is full.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was also linked to also the question where you're saying like what we could make it better for photographers and videographers to make it like, more successful in the dancing. It's also like, for example, like some of the events now, like always have somebody around you that taking photos, but they don't take good photos or videos. So they're promoting your event, they're making footage. So it's not going to be the best one that you can sell it better.
Right.
So the same way as you bringing like somebody who's blowing up your event, but if you don't have the right person to capture it,
Yeah, sure.
how can it, can you communicate?
Yeah.
I mean, you still have the phone and stuff, but if you want to make it look premium, to make it people like, this looks amazing, I want to go there,
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like you said about, I think you were talking about Red Bull earlier, but like the phone stuff or the quick pictures are great for like in the moment, but those things that are going to last and that you're going to, like, I mean, you did an exhibition with your photos, right? Which would be great to talk about as well. But like, it would be sick for us to like be able to do, like, I've thought about this, like doing an exhibition with like, okay, all the events happen between like 2010 and 2020, like, but it's like half of them don't have good photos. It's just like, we had Insta stories, but like we didn't have any good like solid photography or like, especially now, like everyone's focused on video. It's like, but we can't do an exhibition with video. Well, we could kind of, but
no, I think we don't think about this because we live in the moment. We don't think for the future, but of course, like, but I mean, like from what I see is like less and less events are requiring like photographers, because they're just thinking, we just need like to drop the videos, which is fine. For me, it's like, it's also like, I'm not getting older, but it's more like now I want to focus also on the big ones. So if you're at big events, you can invite me. The rest, if it's a cool event, I can still come.
And he'll put his logo on the pictures.
But yeah, I think like, for as you said, like we use less of photographers, but I think I still like I loved what I'm doing photography, so I still keep doing it.
Yeah, and I think there's so many good uses of like when I've seen you at events and like other people as well. But even you were at Battle Bad this year?
No, last year I was.
Last year, yeah, like those ones where it's like, okay, you do the like headshots of people and then they're like on the screens and shit like that, which is like, it's like for people only who are in the room. You know what I mean? It's like you're enhancing the event in so many different ways with photographers. Even like, having little headshots or like we had an event here in London and we did like a photo booth. So it's just like a fisheye pic that everyone could just go get pictures with their friends. It's like little stuff like that for people in the room, I think like goes a long way. And it's like, if you don't have like those headshots, that a lot of the headshots that you do, like I think you were doing some yesterday at Just Debout. It's like, they don't work if the photographer's no good. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. No, and also like it works for the screen, but then you're not like they're not gonna post it because it doesn't look that good.
Right.
But for me, I feel it's super important. I did a post lately when I post all the Red Bull BC one that enters New York, and also I have the one in Nagoya in Japan, 2000. And
Did you post that one?
No, I was. I'm gonna post.
Don't post that one, bro.
Why? Because you're there with
My
lips.
face bust up. Yeah.
What happened?
Don't post.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. No, I had a couple drinks before the media week of BC1 and it didn't end too well.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But yo,
But
I was
yeah.
young, man. Live and learn.
But yeah, I mean, you know, like for me, those photos are still iconic because I still like the portraits.
Yeah.
You know, I started taking photos doing portraits.
Okay.
I love doing portraits, so that's why. But you know, like yeah, I feel like when you have things like this, it becomes archives for the future.
100%.
Yeah.
What's for you is the difference between like shooting like portraits or like event stuff or like sports photography? Like, are you just going photos of photos, or are you trying to like put a different skill set into each one?
I didn't get it. Wait.
Like, you know,
Do you have different approaches to different situations?
yeah, if you're shooting a portrait or if you're shooting an event or...
Yeah, I would say portrait is different. Like even like the equipment's different.
Okay,
I mean,
really?
you can use different lenses that wouldn't work, for example, for events. Like more, for example, prime lenses. You know, when you're shooting with the aperture wide open.
Yeah.
You know, like sometime depending on the move during the events, it could get like you can get blur shots easily.
And portraits, you always decide your own light.
Yeah, you decide the light, you decide the angle. So of course the location, the background. So
Yeah.
it's always gonna look better for me. But sometimes it misses, like, let's say, the moment because it's like just somebody's posing.
Yeah.
But you know, I love to do. I think the approach is for me is like when I'm taking photos, I like to do everything.
Okay.
I take like you know, stolen photos, like, you know, like something that you put in black and white, it becomes amazing because you know it's a moment that, you know, it's a capture that you were there. Action shot is cool, but you know, I also like portraits. I like to have like a wide vision
Okay.
of like an event, more like through this, when people look at this, they'll be like, yo, it was all of this, you know, like it's a lot, like the information, the variety is better. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like, I think if photography is like capturing memories, you know, or like moments, it's like there's so many different moments about an event or anything. It's like it's not only just the dancers doing the thing, it's also the crowd, it's also the posed, like Sunni and then this other b-boy, and it's like, oh, they only did a 2-on-2 at that one event. So if you've got the portrait of those two, it's like, oh, that's a
exactly.
memory. As much as them on the floor is them standing backstage hanging out is also a memory.
No, it's a lot of stories.
Yeah.
And also, like, sometimes I like to build the stories because I already foresee stuff. So if there's a big thing, like when I was saying, I was like, you know, when I take a portrait of somebody, the first during the week of the events during the weekend,
Yeah.
that person's gonna win.
But
because
you can feel it already?
I feel
No,
it.
that's what he said.
That's
Yo,
what
he
I
always
said. It's
takes a
my
picture
bet.
of the winner. But you know what he says, yeah? Is he takes a picture of the winner, and then after they win, he puts up the picture and say, yo, it's the, what is it, the ritual.
Yeah.
But this guy takes a picture of every dancer. So how can the winner not get a picture? But
No.
every time I see him post it, I'm like, this
No.
Just deletes all the other ones.
No, I say is the first picture. You know, it was like this kind of like it was like bro.
Watch on his Instagram.
You know.
You're regretting bringing it.
No, I'm doing it. And for example, like what happened in Paris, I was like, yo, Phil, you know what? I'm gonna take the first action shot of you in Paris. So you're gonna be the first, so you might win.
Wow, what a
So,
surprise. You
if-
chose
so-
Phil to win
so-
Olympics.
so- no, so-
Who'd have guessed it?
No, but for the Olympics, you know, like it worked. But you know, when it was at BC1, he lost. He comes to me and is like, sorry, bro, I fucked up your
Ritual.
my rituals. It's okay. Now, no, but for example, like it's true. But you know, like there's always story behind it. Like for example, like you know, when I was in Brazil before the events, like I take a photo of India and Mino because I was like, you know, of course there's a storytelling, but I was like, okay, they might win both of them because I thought they're gonna win.
Did you take a picture of Nika as well? Nika.
I mean, I took it, but not in that. Sorry, Nika. Sorry, Nikon. But I took a photo of you too.
Yeah, I think like we Sunni, great co-host. You know, I think I was saying this to Vanessa ages ago. I think you still have your like digital camera or disposable thing. I don't know if we spoke about it. I definitely said it to Vanessa. I was like, that shit is like, for me, is like the stuff that's gonna last for so. And this is what I think is good
my
about
archives. I'll get the whole scene done up.
Yeah.
No one could ever chat to me because I got the whole scene for 15 years.
In his house, he has a wall full of photos.
Oh, so, yeah.
You come to my house, my wall is full of photos, and all of these photos. Who's your favorite dancer? I'll cancel them. Come to my wall, they'll get cancelled.
Yeah.
Who do you want to not be?
Sometimes I see like he's posting like, you know, like photos on his wall. I was like, yo, and I see the others. I was like, yo, it's all trash.
Yeah, sometimes I don't have a birthday photo, so I just go to the wall if someone's close. But sometimes I have to do it quick to get to the minute because some of the stuff can't be seen, bruv.
But that's some of the shit that is like, I mean, the ones that aren't cancelable, but it's like, that's why I think what you were saying about like having a wide range of stuff. Because I said this to someone that I was working with, like, I forget who it was, but like a newer photographer. Yeah. And I was saying like they were trying to get experience and get like shots, like get their name out there and stuff. Yeah. And I was like, there's like 4 or 5 other photographers here. They're all focused on shooting the obvious shots, like the when they lift the hands, the freezes, the whatever, like the battles. But I was like, look at the crowd. Like, first of all, it's full of dancers that everybody knows, and they're all screaming, cheering, they're like talking to each. I was like, go get that shit, because first, no one else is gonna get it, and second of all, that, like you said, there's stories behind that. Like, we'll look back at that and be like, oh, I remember when we were talking about that bullshit or with that. And I think like with what you and Vanessa do with like taking these pictures, I said to Vanessa after the Olympics, like she was posting some of those like of you guys out clubbing and stuff. And I was like, there's going to be a lot of photographers that have Olympics like stage shots. I was like, there will be no one in 10, 20, 30 years that have like the first ever Olympic breakers out partying after the Olympics. I was like, that's a coffee table book, like, of course, just between what you have on your digital cameras, you know?
That's true. Like for me, being a photographer, especially in your scene, I think the goal is also to keep the memories. I think that's the reason why I started to the photography.
Wait, can I ask a question? How many hard drives do you have?
Wow. I think
I was just thinking, I've got 2 hard drives.
I think I have like more than 50 or 60 hard drives. So I get all the photos since 2003.
That's insane.
What's your like storage like, do you back them up somewhere else, or is it just on the what, like if that hard drive goes, it's gone?
I think if all the hard drives burning, or you know, like somebody coming to my house stealing everything, I'm just losing it. But at the end I'm like, all right, that's life, you know, like it's all right, like the memories is here anyway, you know, like, but
nah, man, them photos.
We want the photos.
Yeah.
But I have crazy photos.
Here, bro. I can't see that shit.
Like, you know, sometimes, you know, like there's a moment of the year I'm always being like sentimental. I'm like, you know, I'm just gonna look back in that year, and I check the photos.
And then it takes him 6 months because there's 50 hard drives.
He's got like a room with just...
No, but for example, like it happens that sometimes people ask me a photo that I took, like let's say back in the days.
Yeah.
And then I go to that year because I put the years and the period on every hard drives.
You got organized well.
Yeah. And then I go there and I look at the photos, and then I started to be, oh, there's this and this and this. And I starting to go through the hard drives, and I spent like 2 hours in the night watching all of this.
Oh, sick.
I was like, yo, it's crazy that I have this and this. So I bring this back sometime.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And do you like, so you have everything, like this is for people that aren't photographers, they might get bored, but like, do you have like only the edited files, or do you have the raws of every...
I have the edited files, but also the raws.
Of and every job you've done?
Yes. For example, like during an event, maybe I take like, let's say a big competition day, I would take 5,000 photos. I think I edit the photos, but I don't trash the others that I didn't use. So even the trash, I keep everything.
That's meant.
So even in the trash, I can find crazy shit that happens in the back or whatever.
Yeah.
A hoarder.
Yeah, for real. Fuck. Yeah, that's got to be a lot of hard drives.
Yeah. I mean, not that much actually. It's like 50, because back in the days the files are
like
smaller.
1 terabyte ones.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's like sometimes it's 2, 3, 4 terabytes the hard drive.
Yeah, but 50 of them is a lot. No.
Yeah, but for example, a video maker, like
true.
For example, you.
So how many hard drives do you think Miniboj has?
I think more. He has
Ring
more
him and ask him.
because, like for example, sometime he work on a day and he have to shoot everything in RAW.
But do you think he
ProRes
backs
or
up
whatever.
everything like you do?
You have to back up everything because as a so
You don't think he cleans out every 2 years?
I don't know if he cleans up, but for example, like it's part for me. It's a big job. It's part of your fee. So you being on production, you dump all the videos on the hard drives. So normally one assignment is one hard drive.
But then you give it to them, no?
You give it to them, but one you keep it for yourself. So it's even
Why,
you're spending 2 hard drives. I don't know. It's not good for the planet, but you're doing a lot of backups.
Well, are we talking about the planet now?
Yeah, because I mean, it's a lot of waste of equipment. Actually.
Bruv, imagine all the flights you take. Fuck your hard drives, bro. That shit ain't making no difference.
He came here on a
hard drives
private
is one
jet.
flight.
Oh shit!
Yeah, bro. Let's not talk about the environment because it's long, bro.
Actually, speaking of Miniboj, I feel like, how long has he been working with Red Bull?
Since Corona Tour, 2020.
Alright.
Oh,
Wow,
sick.
only damn.
That's when he got fully introduced to the team, innit?
Oh yeah, sure.
Good,
Damn,
good
only
knowledge.
2020. It's not that long ago.
Yeah, so he's been like there for the 5 years.
Yeah.
But how has it been working with, like, for me, he's like so dope. Like, how's it been working with him and like having him on the team?
I think at the beginning he was really like quiet and stuff.
yeah?
But he changed a lot.
Okay.
Like, but we have this big discussion because sometimes I talk to him. I was like, bro, you're a beast because I see how it works, how fast it works and stuff. But basically, like one day he told me like, you know what? Why I dig into videography because of you.
Oh shit!
You inspire me to work hard and to succeed. And I was like, yo, that's crazy because I started like working for Rebel in 2010. So let's say it's 10 years after, and he was telling me this, and I was like, wow, it's like, like how come, what happened to you? Like, what was your motivation and stuff? He's so passionate about dancing.
Yeah.
So for him, it was like at the beginning, he was just trying to get a shot to be able to work for companies at a higher level. But, like he's obsessed of like, making things work. So for example, if he doesn't know something, he will find a way. And I think he's the Slavic mentality.
Yeah.
Because, when I met Russian videographers, photographers back in the days when I started, they hacked all like the software. They're trying to make something out of like nothing.
Yeah.
But because of like they're trying to dig the way to make it happen. So they find a way and then they make it.
Right.
So that's how Miniboj does. Like for example, like he learned everything by himself. Like I don't know if he did like a school about this. I think yes, but a lot of things that you learn is by
basics
is how you do by doing it. You learn by doing it. So I think it's still like having of course like he always wants to improve and getting better and stuff, and which is dope because it's unlimited. Like in what we do, it's you have to go with the evolution, with the technology and everything. So yeah, I think working with him is easy, but at the beginning he was really like not shy but too straight.
Yeah.
Now I was like, bro, like to be
Just
honest,
here to work.
I was like, I'm gonna tell you something. If you want to get work and jobs, like of course your skills matters, but your personality also make bigger impact.
Yeah.
So if you're like super social, you're nice, that people be like, I love to work with this person. That's where you're gonna get the jobs. You can be the best videographer, photographer, but if you're the dickhead, you're not gonna get any job.
Same with like dancers as well.
Same.
Like you've probably seen so many times.
That's
like
how the world works. Like
Yeah.
it's just about like who you are, and people want to work with you. So of course, I think a lot of things that happens to me, it's also based on this. I have my background as an artist, but whatever. But then also is my personality. I meet people, I talk with them, and sometimes it happens. I have a crazy story. It's like I had a big commercial that I did. And the person was like, you know what? I contacted you basically because I saw you shooting with the Paris Saint-Germain and your photo was with Messi, and my son is fan of Messi. So just to make it look cool, I wanted to book you because then I can tell my son, the photographer we booked today, he shot Messi.
wow.
So, that's crazy. So I was able to shoot a commercial, a well-paid commercial, just because I shot Messi.
That's crazy.
So it's no thing about... I mean, of course, maybe he checked about my skills too.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But the first connection was because of that.
That's crazy.
Sometimes getting job is not only about
Yeah.
You know, like your skills.
Yeah, it's like it's not like maths. It's not like I'm good, therefore I get the jobs. It's like it's all the other stuff.
Yeah, I think life makes something, and I'm pretty like lucky enough that like I feel like I put seeds everywhere.
Sure.
Like like I would be the one that help people not to get something in return, but because I'm super like helpful and I like to connect people. It's always come back to me, it always comes back. So
it's like you build relationships with people, and then hopefully that takes you somewhere. But that's really, really true. And so with the that's what I was gonna say. Sorry, with the Red Bull like tours and stuff like that. I mean, this also relates because you don't want to take someone on a tour who's not fun to be around, because now we're spending every day together, we're traveling together. Like it's a long period of time where you're on a tour together. But so with the like Red Bull tours and all the work you do with them, like how, as much as you can tell us kind of about how it works behind the scenes, they're booking you to do like all of these stops, and then you're traveling with the dancers, and then is there like set briefs, and besides that you just play, or are you kind of working with them to say, oh, today we could get this? Like, how does it all work behind the scenes?
I mean, we have like, because we have also the experience of having a lot of tours. So there's many tours that happens like in the past, because I started with the Rebel BC1 All-Star Tour in France. Back then it was only in France.
Right.
And then we started to do it worldwide. I mean, they did back in the days the US, but nobody was on tour with them.
Right. Like photographers.
Yeah. Because we don't do content back then. But like, we have like a list of things that we need to provide for sure.
Sure.
But the rest is like, is a lifestyle photography. So also you capture whatever you can, but also the fact that like I'm comfortable with like the phone and making content out of like for stories or reels or whatever. Right. There's always things that I can add on top. So it's like, we have a format that we started with. Back then it was only photography, but now it's that, you're going to do takeovers and you're going to do this. And also not managing, but helping the others to do it also. But sometimes it happens that, like we just ended up finding like a opportunity to do this. And we just trying new stuff.
Okay,
so for example, we're going on tour in Japan and like in a couple of weeks, and then I know what I have to do, but I know that something could be, there's a space that we can do something new.
Got you. And what would be like an example of like what type of brief you would have for this type of thing? Is it like you need, like you said about the events, you would have like, okay, these type of shots that I need to get. Do you have that for a tour as well, or how does the brief come?
No, it's more like, okay, you need to cover this and this. So which is like, okay, we're gonna have events. We're going to have workshops. We're going to have interactions between the young generation and them. The goal is to make something that reflects what really happened on the tour.
Right.
As a tour photographer, it could be this and the music, because I did tours also in music. I did for some artists, French artists, I did some tours. So it would be the same. So you're just capturing like whatever, because you're just passionate about what you do.
Yeah.
But then also I feel like, you can also build like a digital content out of it. Like it's not only like photos nowadays. They need you to do also like takeovers, videos.
Right. And is that something that they would like, would you have agreed to that before, or is it in the moment you could be like, oh yeah, cool, I'll do this?
No, I can do whatever. Like for example, like we agreed on like some contents, like you need to cover this day, this day, this day. But for example, on a day off, I would see an opportunity. I was like, yo, guys, are we really passionate or not passionate? Like
you want to go out and shoot?
If we're passionate, like let's do this. And they know that I'm super efficient.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna take a long time. Not gonna take efforts. I'm not gonna like make them tired or whatever. So I know what I'm doing. I don't take a risk. I know exactly, because I know that if I can do it, if I can do it back in the days, they can do it,
Right.
So, and even push it to the next level. But then I know that the risk is not a high risk.
Yeah, because I guess you have to think about a lot of stuff, because like you said, you have to think about if the dancers are like going to be tired or want to do it. So you're like,
course.
all right, I have to be quick.
Yeah.
But also like injuries and stuff. Like if you're getting them to do something crazy and they hurt themselves.
No, never. Like it never
Yeah.
happens to me yet. Like that I make somebody injured from doing something.
Yeah.
Because I really trying to quantify the risk of it.
Okay.
So it's like, and also like, I make, as you said, I'm a dreamer. So I already envision what I want to do. Where so I would know, okay, we're gonna go there, it's gonna be like this.
Yeah.
So I mean, I kind of build the whole things at the beginning and then we adjust at the end.
Okay.
So I pre-picture it in my mind and then we just realize, like, we just make it come true.
Yeah. So would you like, let's say on a tour or something, would you go find a spot first and then come back to the guys and be like, yo, let's go shoot?
I would do this. So there's a story that happens because like you can check the spots on Instagram, but sometimes it's gonna take you 2 hours to get there. You have to go in the morning. So I wouldn't do it by myself or scouting by myself and check. So it happens that I was in India with Neguin, and I checked with some of the guys, like to go to a river with the birds around, and it takes like an hour and a half, 2 hours to go there, but you have to leave the hotel at 3:00 in the morning. So I was like, okay, guys, I have this kind of thing. Who wants to do it? Everybody was like, no, I'm not doing it. And Neguin was like, I'm down. All right. I came back from the party. It was 2:50. And he was like, maybe he's going to bail.
Yeah.
And I was tired. I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to not go. Yo, he was sitting on the couch waiting for me.
He was at the party too or no?
No, he didn't go.
So he slept.
So I slept. So I was like, all right, okay, I think I must go. So I just went, grabbed my equipment. I hopped on the cab. We went. And the person that bring us there, they went party and they were under drugs. They come under drugs, crazy, like drunk and drugs. Bro, I was like, yo, maybe it's a setup because I didn't know them that well.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Why we are like this? They brought us there. We had their own car. We followed them, but I thought it would be like we're gonna rob us and stuff.
Whoa.
I was like, yo, this is sketchy. The area is sketchy. Where we are, we don't know.
Yeah.
We arrived in the area. It was like the ghetto, dogs around us. Like it was super ghetto in India. We were out of nowhere. The guys were not there yet. So I was like, yo, it's a setup.
The guys that you were coming with.
We lost them. So I was like, yo, it's a setup. And actually, they arrived, and I was still thinking, I think
Something's gonna happen.
And I can see in the eyes of Neguin, the guy is a fighter. He's from Brazil, and he was not like secure. He doesn't feel secure. I was like, yo, if Neguin doesn't feel secure, should I freak out or what?
Yeah.
And then we walk for like 100 meters, and then we see the river, and it was there. And it was one of my favorite photo we ever did. So the photo was crazy. And actually, the thing is, like, it was real.
Yeah.
But, like, you couldn't plan before if it was real or not. So sometimes you have this kind of thing that I cannot really scout and plan everything. So not everything could be under control. But, of course, I still, like, from the experience that I had, I can smell if it's a good thing or not.
Sure, yeah.
This one, I kind of felt okay. But there's a moment where I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, why those guys are like so fucking under drugs,
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Damn. That's a lucky was a good one.
Yeah.
And can you tell us a bit about the Nikon situation? Like, what's your deal with them? Like, working with them, how that's been, and how do we do it?
So basically, of course, as a photographer, your dream would be to sign with the major brands.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of major brands. I was like 2-3 brands. I think I started to work with them. I was in a music festival. And I was taking photos. I was mentoring 2-3 photographers, young photographers. And it was probably like more than 10 years ago. And then they had a crazy feedback about me. Like the kids enjoyed the 3 days with me. They were like, yo, what we had was amazing. Shao was so good. And he's cool, fun. That was a really dope experience. So they gave this feedback to the brand.
Okay.
So the brand came back to me and be like, yo, how can we work with you more?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, maybe we should sign something,
Smart,
and it was like, yo, we never ever signed anybody yet, but we can think about
this
that.
was Nikon.
Yeah, it was Nikon.
Oh wow, okay.
And then I was like, oh, cool. And then it happens that I was like, you know what? Let's give us time. think about this. Let's talk about it in a month. 1 month after, they get back to me. I get back to them. I was like, yo, let's do this. We started with a deal, but then I becoming like had a contract because I was telling them, you know what, to renew your generation of photographers, I think you need to bring more new, like young ideas, new ideas, and bringing more youth, you know, to your community. And I was like, you know, like from what I am right now, I can really help you to bring stuff that, you know, maybe you can connect with younger audience. So we work on it, and I mean, it's still today we're still like working a lot together. So I think it's cool. You know, like I hope more things gonna happen because of course, like there's a couple brands signed with like a dance events.
Yeah.
I hope like one day they're just gonna be more involved into that because there's a new generation of like dancers wanting to get more into photography, videography. There's a big and a high demand on it. So yeah, I think it's gonna happen, and if it happens, it's happening. I'm gonna be super happy because yeah.
So with the, you know, you said about the, you know, there's a lot of younger dancers wanting to get into it. Do you have some, I guess, like tips or advice for like if somebody wants to start out, how they should go about it now? Like I think, you know, get a camera and start practicing first, but like then what happens?
So I think, for example, what I always say is like when you're a young photographer, videographer that you want to start, I think you will start to connect another passion. Because then you connected two things that you involve into it. For example, me in dance, I was so much into it that I push it without limits. And then, you know, you build like a niche community, a small like community that knows you, and then that's how you build up stuff, you know.
Sure.
You know, it depends. Like if you want to be a travel photographer, you're traveling, you're doing stuff, but maybe try to find something which could be different.
Okay.
So I think if you want to stand out, just make something different that is not done before.
Yeah.
You add your vision on it, a creative thing, a creative visions. But if you just want to start because you love photography, just start. And just, I think, you know, what I think is like sometimes people be like, yo, I don't want to invest money into this and this. Yo, I started without nothing. I just have to work and I save money and then I invest money. Yeah. But when I did it, I could just, you know, step by step, increase my standard of equipment.
Sure.
But I had no limits. So for example, like if there's a B-Boy Cloud, we're always telling it because we are the same. Where the kids were like, yo, for creation, for arts, there's no limit into investment. So, you know, we can spend tons of money on things that can help you to be more creative.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So, yeah, kind of like use your, I guess also it's like once you start to make a little bit of money, you put that back in, you buy your next thing and then you make more money and you put it back. So you're always kind of like paying for your own stuff, right?
Yeah. You're paying for your own stuff. When you started, you can start small, but then if you think that you can make money out of it, try to make it money to add on top so you can resell and, you know, combination of what the money brings you upscale, you know?
Yeah, for
Upgrade.
Sure. Upscale, upgrade.
Upscale,
similar, I guess.
Because I'm in London, you know. I need to speak proper English.
Are you in London a lot, or?
I don't know.
I wouldn't say a lot.
Not a lot, but like I've been here like around like 10, 12 times.
Okay, and you're based in Paris?
Paris. So it's pretty fast, you know. Like you take you Eurostar and you just arrive in 2 hours. So just London's so expensive.
Compared to Paris?
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
London's long.
Bro, one ticket ride was like $6.50 for like what? 7 stations.
True.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah. And just the last thing I want to ask you about is the exhibitions that you did and like how, because I guess when you started, you know, you were shooting, did you start by shooting dancers at the very beginning?
Yeah, because around me was a lot of dancers.
Right.
So if it was for me easy, I was like, yo, who's down to shoot? I need like, you know, basically when I started photography is because nobody can take photos of me the way I wanted to see dance.
Yeah, same.
So I was like, you know, I did this. I was like, okay, now that I have all dancers with me, I want to practice to see if I really can do it, you know? So it was a lot of, I mean, all my friends, like most of my friends in France was dancers also.
Yeah. And so going from just being like a b-boy that like shot dancers, and then now like you're doing exhibitions, working with big brands, it's like, was that a weird transition going into that world, or like even like doing an exhibition now? Does it feel weird to have to do that sort of stuff?
No, I think it's part of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's how to showcase your work in certain aspect. You know, it's the same as dancers. You dancers do showcase.
True.
So it's the same as we do exhibitions. It just, I feel like it doesn't feel weird with the dancers, because I feel like dancers getting more and more professional into different type of jobs. You know, now everybody experience like a big production shoot.
Yeah.
Everybody has experienced it. They've been in front of it. They've been like, yo, this guy was all over London with the Adidas advertising.
Yeah.
You know,
that was crazy.
That's crazy. So I think we all got reach a level where everybody brought together. Like for example, like some of the advertising that I did, I brought dancers on it.
Yeah, right.
And some of the dancers who's been on a fashion shoot, they've been like, yo, we need this photographer. So that's also like, I mean, Sunni never did that to me, but...
Well, I ask all the time, but they say they can't afford you.
Come on.
What am I supposed to do?
Come on, they didn't ask me the rate.
Bro, they don't even try. Bro, I literally, yo, every time I do something with a brand, I say, yo, can I have Shao? Because we're going to do an 8-hour shoot that we could do in 25 minutes with Shao.
Yeah.
Like, you'll cut down your fees on literally everything else apart from the photographer. And they say no. So what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I know.
I get you guesses though.
But he asked. That's my boy. No, but yeah, I mean, everybody helps each other. So I feel like nowadays we reach we all reach the ultimate goals of like, you know, production in terms of like photo, videos. Everybody at least tried once, experienced once a big thing like this. So
yeah. Yeah, I think that like having you and Miniboj on the Red Bull thing is like, they need to like hold on to you for dear life. Like that's such a dream team, I feel.
Yeah, for now I hope I'm not gonna get fired. But, you know, like everybody. I mean, we all said like everything has to end one day. You know, but it's all right. Like for me, it's like, you know, it's also like photography. Sometimes I think maybe I'm gonna stop photography in a couple of years. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna be an actor, bro.
Oh, anyway, next. That's some dumb shit right there, bro.
Yeah, I wanted to be an actor when I was a kid.
I wanted to be an astronaut, but come on, man. What the
fuck? Sunni, but just before we wrap, like, what's your experience as a dancer shooting with Shao versus shooting with other photographers?
It ruins it, man. It's whack, man. Like, you work with Shao and shit's easy and it's how it's meant to work. And then you work with every other single flipping photographer. There is anomalies. There is like maybe 2 or 3 other photographers in the world that I don't mind working with. But the majority, especially working for brands, that is like, it's just ruined it. It's
what does he do that they don't do? You know what I mean?
He understands.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of the time, the thing is, I think it's a thing with like a lot of people that do these shoots are excited to have the opportunity to shoot something new. Not necessarily something new that they care about.
Just something new.
Like, yo, you're a photographer. We need a photographer for a breaking shoot. Can you do it? And they're like, no. And then they say, yes. And then you turn up to the shoot and they're trying to take shots and they start taking from a high angle. And you're like, oh, this is going to be a long day.
Yeah.
This is going to be a fucking long day. And then you tell them, you know, with dance, it doesn't really look good shot from above. Unless you've got a crowd and you're setting the whole scene. But that's not how it works. If you're going to shoot from not face on, let's go down. Not up. Do you get what I'm saying? And they're like, bro, I'm a photographer. Do my thing. And I'm like, here, I'll just knock you out. And then you're just wasting my time. You're wasting your time. And then you come back to the shoot with Shao and he's like, stand there. And you're like, where? And he's like, there. And then you do it. And then he's like, all right, next.
Just done. Right.
Yeah, but you know, even like sometimes I give the camera to those guys. Like Meno or you or whatever. Like I think like every one of you guys understand it. It's just like if when you know the setting and you have a vision, an artistic vision, capturing dance is easy if you're a dancer because you actually really understand it. Like last time I was seeing a story, I was like, well, it was a shoot with a photographer for a brand, and I saw the BTS, and I think like it was Karam Karam was holding a freeze or Hero 10 for a long time. And then the photographer didn't click. And then when he was falling, he clicked. I was like, no, he stayed like for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
How come you missed that? You know?
That's good though. I blame Karen for that, man. Karen's too sweet, bro. Karen
He is a
will
bit
never
too
say
sweet,
no,
innit?
bro.
Yeah.
Like you could tell Karen, yo, do a headstand. And then he'll do it 100 times, and the guy will be like, I haven't got the shot. And Karen will be like, it's fine, bro, we'll get there. Me, I'm like, alright, you've lost it, bro.
You know what?
In a bit.
I don't know if I've probably, I'm sure it's fine to tell this story. But you know the Nike event that we did, the battle, Lies, there was, I can't, I'm sure this is fine to say. But they came to me at the beginning of the thing and they were like, because we had our judges, it was like we had a battle at Nike Town.
Yeah.
And they were like, we really want to like strap a GoPro to one of the dancers during the judge demos.
Yeah.
Like, do you reckon we could do that? And I was like, I was like, I wouldn't like, not during the judge. I was like, if you want to ask them, can they do a little thing for you? Like
Separate.
Outside.
sure. But like, I wouldn't ask them to do it. And they were like, okay, go. And I was like, look, if you want to ask it, it's up to you. But like, I would say no. Anyway, forget it even happened, doing the event, whatever, judge demos, Karam comes out with a fucking GoPro on his
Of course, bro.
Yeah, some people would do it.
I was like, Karam.
I forgot who did it, but I think it was Lil G. He come and want to strap a GoPro. And he came with the shirt with a fucking hole. Yo, it looks so bad. I was like, yo, what are you going to do? Yeah, I need to do it. My judgment.
I mean, I'm sure it looked fucking dope.
Yeah,
What,
man.
you just see some arms like this?
Didn't you have something like that
dope.
when you did head spins with it?
Oh, yeah, but I've posted it as a joke, bro. I
that
put like
looks sick.
stupid music on top of it and everyone laughed at it. Was
Did
it
you?
like top tier? Yeah, I put the...
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
No, I don't think it's bad. Even... That was just an example, but I'm just saying, like, Karam, if he has to stand on a headstand for 10 minutes, good, he deserves it. Bruv, you don't know how to say no, innit?
That's what you get.
Innit?
What were we talking about before that?
We're talking about like his.
The photographers.
Working with other
Yeah.
photographers.
Yeah, so you're saying like if they're like asking the dancers to hold the freeze for too long or like not understanding, it's just
Yeah, for me,
tiring
it's
them
like
out.
you're gonna get the best out of a dancer if you get the trust or if you don't make them too tired.
Yeah,
Oh, that's the thing as well. Is like I'll do crazy stuff for Shao. Like Shao will ask me, "Can you get up there on a pole or something and hold this, or like over the edge, or do this?"
yeah.
and
Was
I'll
it you
do
that
that
did the
for
thing
Shao.
in India on top of the car?
Yeah, on the top of the car. It
rickshaw?
was not
Yeah,
India, but it
anything.
was like in Asia.
Oh right,
I was
right.
like,
Yeah.
yo, can you go on top of that truck, like the tuk-tuk?
Like anything like that with Shao, I'll never say no to, man. And then
This is my
other
boy.
photographers see me do it with Shao, and they're like, "Yo, I've been seeing you be doing this crazy stuff with Shao. Let's do some of that stuff." I'm like, "Hell no, hell no!" You think
you have
I'm
to
gonna
earn
climb
that.
up a pole for you not to get the photo? Like, never, bro.
But is that what it is? Like, if you do that, you know he's gonna make it worth it.
Bro, I have full faith in Shao in it.
All right,
Like,
my man.
if he wants me to do something, I'll do it.
Mm.
I have
let
no
me think
faith
now.
in other photographers. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, right,
Like
right,
when
right.
I turn up to a shoot, I'm already like, this is long.
Yeah.
When I turn up to a shoot with Shao, I'm like, boom, we've got an hour. We're gonna do 15 minutes. We'll probably walk around for half an hour. It'd be nice.
right.
But I mean, you know, the dancers make it worse for the others. It's not like having a competition, but I'm sure I have photographers who's becoming haters. Because
yeah, go on.
Because the thing is, like, I know some dancers come to me. It's like, yo, we did the shoot with this guy, and at some point he was taking too long. And I was like, yo, we hope we're gonna have Shower here. And then he
Oh, he said it. They said it to them.
to the guy, and he started laughing. He's like, yeah, he felt bad.
Bro,
and then like I know that some photographers now hate me because
the
they
dancers
get
are making
bullied
it.
because you know the dancers are hardcore.
Yeah.
You know, they're hardcore because they make fun, and when they get something, they don't let it go.
Yeah.
So sometimes, like, you know, it's funny in a way, but in another way,
But you're like,
it's
you're
they're
causing me
building me
stress.
haters. You know, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Bro, now when photographers message me, just because I ain't got no time.
Can I read it?
Yeah.
Hey, brother.
Whoa, do it again and cut out the name though.
Okay.
Man baited him out. Yo,
Did he say it?
Hi, brother.
His name.
I'm.
stop saying his name, bro.
We'll cut that.
Hey, brother.
From
I'd love to collaborate with you on a free shoot. If you're interested and available, let me know and how we can make it. how do you get this number? From
Is
the
that what you
group.
said?
London
He said, how
vacancy.
did you get this?
Delete my number.
did you-
And
Oh, no, wait, can I see-
delete my number, please.
Yeah, bro. Why you taking my number from a WhatsApp group? I don't know you, bro. I got some random guy messaging me about free photo shoots.
Oh my God, Sunny, you're actually one of my favorite people. Like he literally,
You see how we bully people?
it's literally the next message is,
Yo,
how did
delete
you
my
get
number.
this number? And then delete my number, please.
Yeah, bro.
Nah, I rate it. That's
That's
fucking hilarious.
weirdo stuff.
Fucking hell. That's
But
really
that's
funny.
how photographer gets treated because of Shao.
Yeah.
Bro, free photo shoot. I'm gonna shoot Shao next week, bro. Allow it.
Yeah, true. Also, that's fucking crazy. But all right, is there any version of that you would have said yes to besides being paid?
So no, do you know what I think? Yeah, is like obviously we're in a community and we're in a scene, but there's also just common courtesy and boundaries. Like for you,
The number thing is wild.
bro, for you to take my number from a community training group, like we have a WhatsApp group where we put in practice. We always add whoever wants to be in there can be in there. That
There's
comes
like
to
300,
London.
400 people. I think.
There's bare people
Yeah.
in there. And for you to go through that WhatsApp group and say, yo, if I do a photo shoot with him, her, him, because I know he hasn't put it in the group like any
Anyone,
breaker
yeah, it's
that wants a
you.
free photo shoot. That would be cool, you know what I mean? Yo, use the group as promotion.
Yeah.
But don't scam through the group and take my number. You crazy.
Yeah, it's a bit wild. And you don't know them personally.
Bro, he
No.
introduced himself to me. That's why I said, how you get this number, bro? He said, my name's here, I'm from here,
Yeah,
this, this,
yeah,
that. I
yeah,
said,
yeah,
bro, I
yeah.
don't care. This is my private WhatsApp. Get off this.
Yeah, I think like even like I don't think I would have done that even knowing you as much as I know you. Like, if I didn't already have your number,
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't have found it from the group.
Bro, I will never go into a group that is a community group and start taking stuff for my own
Yeah.
profit. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like for
When you put
me,
it like that.
I could have just been rude to him, but I wanted to know. I was thinking when I first got the message, I was thinking it was like Karam or someone. I was thinking, who the hell is giving out my number? And then I found out he got it from the WhatsApp. We're like, yo, delete my number, man. I don't even have to chat to you.
Yeah.
And he could be a great guy with phenomenal photos.
But it's just the
But it's the
approach.
Because
approach.
of the etiquette.
Yeah.
I'm not for
Like
it,
some
man.
people doesn't have the approach of knowing exactly how we interact with each other.
Mm.
You know? It's
Like
hard,
even
yeah.
if in the first message, if he said, "Hi, Sunni, I've got your message from this WhatsApp group. I hope it's okay." Calm in it. Not because of my status or anything. Even if I
Yeah.
was like nothing,
Yeah.
don't take my number from random groups.
Right, yeah, exactly, yeah. I think it's like there's a difference. It feels different. Like Instagram, like randomly DMing someone is a bit better
Way better.
than WhatsApp. WhatsApp is like that's my
bro,
number.
that's
it's not
my number, bro.
Yeah, that's what. So you're not doing the shoot.
Bro, come correct. And I still won't do the shoot. Hell no.
So we're not shooting after this. No, all right. Cool.
For you, maybe. If you invited me today, I would have done it, but probably not now. Man got bring-ins
I
because of
actually
Shao.
I text Shao saying, "Oh, don't let Sunny come."
Yeah, I did.
Fuck, that's hilarious. All right, man. I feel like I could talk to you for hours, but maybe we'll do another episode another time. You're always welcome
Yeah,
here when
man.
you're in London.
Anytime.
I would love
It's
to
fun.
actually have you and Miniboj on the same pod. That would be good
that would
to
be fun.
just talk.
Talk about different topics, but like, you know,
Yeah.
the interaction between him and I. was
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. Well, I tried to.
Because
do,
he always said like I bully him, but I don't think so.
he bullies him.
First time.
The bit. Do you know what? Miniboj is like a sweet boy. Like, he's
Is
very
he?
nice. He's a good boy. And Shao's like one of the bad boys. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's not that he bullies him. It's
Yeah.
just a different dynamic in
Right.
personality.
He's the one always telling him to come out to party and shit like that.
I don't think Shao cares who comes to the party because
He's going.
You know, like people need their person. Shao's got like 200 of them people.
any of you lot.
He's got enough contingencies.
Is that your Red Bull?
What's that? The Red Bull can?
Is it full?
Bring it back.
But yeah, nah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he bullies him, but if you had to choose in the relationship who gets it from someone,
Is
you
it-
could never say Miniboj gives it to Shao, and you could definitely say Shao gives it to Miniboj.
Oh, actually, wait. One more thing I did want to ask you about is the Just Debout thing and the packages, because you had on your Insta story something
Yeah.
about changing the game in some way.
No, it's different topic.
Oh,
I think
it's
there's
two different things?
topics.
Okay,
I think
okay.
another. I mean, I wouldn't drop what is gonna
Okay.
change the game because it's really like something that could help the photographers to get paid, plus the dancers to get paid, plus the events to get paid.
I thought
So
that
it's
was
like,
the Just Debout thing.
three-dimensional structure
Yeah.
that everyone can get paid through the content.
Okay, sick.
So it's cool.
And what's the setup with the Juste Debout?
So yeah, the Juste Debout is just like, for example, like we have a lot of media requests. So of course, like Bruce asked me to help out to manage a little bit of the media that want to come. So I just gonna pick up, like, for example, because I don't want to fill the area of the people who not like gonna produce something out of it that's gonna be beneficial for dancers or for the events. But still, like, you know, for example, like we still having like the possibility of like, let's say you are dancers, you want your own photographers, or you are a photographer that build a portfolio that want exclusive access. I think we have like 4 or 5 spots. Because we don't want too many people in the backstage, but I think it's a good opportunity that if, for example, somebody wants to be by his own and having the access, could pay something to just be able to shoot that because he can use the content.
Yeah.
So of course, like, you know, I mean, it's a participation financial one, but you know, it's gonna help to pay the team that's gonna take care of it, all the photographers. You know, like this kind of like, I think the economy is like, you know, like you help one time and then you get back another time.
Yeah, sure.
So it just always like this.
So in a way, it's kind of like the VIP section, but VIP for photographers.
Yeah.
In a way, like
yeah.
Oh,
so
cool.
for example, like that would give also the opportunity that as a dancers, I bring my own photographer to make all my content.
So it's like, all right, Sunni's battling, and through his whole battles, I'm only shooting him.
Yeah. So and in the backstage everywhere, but you know,
okay.
back in the days we don't have this possibility.
No, yeah,
but we have this
yeah.
possibility now, but still you still gonna have like of course, because it's limited. It's a way that we see who's serious or not.
Yeah.
To be able to spend like a little bit.
Yeah.
To be able to doing this, you know.
Yeah. Interesting.
And also,
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna build like a jacket with like an official media
Oh, sick.
logo. So I think it's gonna be cool.
Yeah,
I
nice.
think it's cool that, you know, like you still got something out of it that make it a special experience.
Yeah. Okay, sick. Sounds dope.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, thank you so much for coming through. I really
My
appreciate
pleasure.
it.
It was
man.
fun.
It's a real honor to talk to you, have you here. Sunni, thank you for also coming through.
Yeah,
I
last
knew you,
minute.
I knew you would telepathically. I was like,
You were supposed to train. Are you gonna train tonight?
Yeah, bro.
Wow, this guy.
You're not training?
No, I'm enjoying.
Yeah, you better be. He was meant to buy some shoes today for training.
Yeah, but I figured out I'm still injured a little bit. My calves.
I don't care, bro.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. Obviously, you might already know Little Shao. If you don't, check him out. He's fucking dope. Sunni, you probably wouldn't have heard of. He's super new B-boy to the scene.
Bro, if you don't know Shao, you don't know me. Facts.
Yeah, check out Sunni, check out Shao, and if you're here for either of them, check out the capsule. Peace, guys.